You got to pick out the good ones where it's like, there's a lull right here. And I can make my move.
Or there's like a sweet moment where you're just like,
oh.
Yeah.
Not that I would do that or anything. No. And hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm Man.
That's Wynne. And today we have got the big feature film review for The King's Man.
Yeah.
The third installment in the Kingsman universe movies.
Obviously origin story.
This is the prequel. Starring what's his name? Ralph Fiennes, Gemma Areton, Rhys Ifans, and other people. What's his name was in this? Zemo was in it. God, what's the guy? Aaron Taylor Johnson was in it.
Yeah.
Because he was in Kick-Ass, and Matthew Vaughn also did Kick-Ass.
Didn't? Oh yeah, he did.
But yes, this is directed and written by Matthew Vaughn.
He wrote the previous movies, I think. I don't know if he directed
yeah, he did.
The other two. Oh, okay.
This follows, what is this, World War One? This is World War One, and I don't know.
It's the origin story about Kingsman.
Pretty much.
How it started and why it started, and how there's just basically like, I don't know how to.
In the early years of the 20th century, the Kingsman Agency is formed to stand against a cabal. Good word. Plotting a war to wipe out millions. So essentially all the other movies. But in World War One. So this kind of follows Ralph Fiennes and his son wants to go fight people, but his mom died at an early age because of like a war, and he's like, I gotta protect my son, and then stuff happens, and like the Rasputin guy's in it, and there's this like cult that's gonna like kill a bunch of people because of, or set up like World War One. It's crazy. So what do you think of The King's Man, Wynne?
It was a fine movie.
It was okay. Apt description.
Yeah.
It's better than the second one. I hated the second one.
I like the second one enough, at least.
So bad.
It still got that flair. This one didn't have that flair though.
Yes, it did have. I do like the camera work stuff they do, like where they like follow them like that. They kind of did that in, what was it? I mean, the other Kingsman, but also like Venom. I think that's the movie I'm thinking about. But yeah, this isn't my era for like setting in movies. I don't really like World War One type stuff, or even just like World War Two. Like I don't know. It's the same thing with like westerns. It's just not war movies and westerns. They have to be really good, or they're just kind of me.
Yeah, western movies you'd have to be very specific with westerns. Because, some of them are just about the same each time.
Yeah.
Bad guy does something, then bad guy steals good guy's wife or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Kills his family or something.
And then the good guy's kind of like morally like, am I good or bad? Yeah.
Then there's a shootout and a horse. And
But The Kingsman, I thought it was a good idea. I thought they could have done more with like the group of like villains that they had. Yeah. They could have each had more of their moments. There was only Rasputin was really the only one that kind of had any
time
on the movie. And there was a post-credit scene. I don't know if you saw that. But like they kind of set up more. I don't know if spoiler, I guess. But so they set it up, and Zemo actor guy, he's talking, and he's like, got this new guy for the cult, and it's Adolf Hitler. I was like, okay,
is that gonna be the next one?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I don't know how well this did though. I don't know. I like the setting of like the present with like the first two more than this. But this was still okay.
Honestly, it's not the same as the previous ones though. It feels very different for some reason, but for example, like the music in this was just so loud.
It was.
Yeah, like you just couldn't hear them talking. And then the awkward comedic timing.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
It
of
wasn't
that.
the same. Like, there is kind of that, like, I don't know, like British humor type in like the first two, but this one just didn't really have that. This one took itself a little more seriously. It didn't have they didn't have as much fun. They kind of went more of the storytelling aspect than like these action scenes, where the action scenes were like fun and cool, but there weren't, I guess, as many, or like they weren't as impactful. Like the one scene in the first one where he's like in the church and he's just going to town is like awesome. But this one just didn't go all the way home.
It was like the pacing was really rushed.
Yes.
And it seemed like it was written for like two movies, or like as two separate movies. And I think the reason that is because there were so many villains, the group of villains. It's just that you can't keep up with any of them. Like this one guy was supposed to kill, I don't remember his name, but he failed.
Ferdinand or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, Francis Duke Ferdinand. He was supposed to kill him, but we don't care.
Yeah, it's like, well, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, because that's like the history. Like that's how World War I started. Like, okay, cool. But then I was just like, I don't know. I like how they tied in history kind of with this one. Or like America getting involved, and how there's like this behind the scenes thing. I will say it's very predictable. There's like the big head of the villains knew who it was from the beginning. I was just like, it was too on the nose with like some of his lines and stuff. I was like, well, you're just setting it up, and I can just tell. Even like when this person died, I was like, okay, well, he's not dead.
I don't know. I had a lot of thoughts about this movie, like things I liked about it, but the big problem with me in this movie is that it started way too late, almost.
A little bit.
Like it should have started with the son or something.
Yeah,
and like the mother thing should have
started maybe with the son going to war. And spoiler alert, he dies.
Yeah,
like it should have started with that scene. That scene was really cool. I really liked that entire sequence. I was pretty shocked when he got shot in the head.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, I did not expect that. But I think that is, like, you could have started there, and like maybe because the war was already going on, and you could have just, I don't know.
Yeah, it started way too late, and this movie is like 2 hours long when it could have just been 2 hours, and then just take out the padding on it. There's things I liked about it though. I like the sword fights.
Yes,
those were cool. We don't get to see that a lot anymore. When we do see them, it's like with lightsabers or phaser guns.
This movie had good choreography, and I'd say all the other ones do as well. So that's a good plus.
I also liked Voldemort's performance.
He's a great actor.
He's great. I loved him in, I think he was, is it the same guy, or am I thinking of someone else? He was in another Thomas Anderson movie.
I don't think
Phantom Thread. Is that not him?
I don't think he was in it. I could be wrong.
Then also Gemma Areton. Gemma Areton. I don't know how to say her name. And Rhys Ifans. And Djimon Hounsou. Why is it so hard to pronounce?
They've got some names, man.
Yeah, Djimon Hounsou. Yeah, he was in Fast and Furious.
Wes Anderson. You think of Wes Anderson? Grand Budapest. Yes.
But overall, I liked it, but as a form of passive entertainment, honestly.
Yes, absolutely. This is one I mean, I think this came out on Christmas, so it's been a month. But we're playing catch up. I think it'll be on streaming soon. If you haven't seen it already, wait for it and just watch it at home. It wasn't like an incredible theater experience or anything. You don't need to go see it in theaters. It was fun, but definitely wait for it. I mean, it's been so long now. But if you are a fan of the series, I would say go see it. But otherwise, just wait.
It's just a movie you can too. Sorry.
Fair.
That's usually where my brain goes when it comes to watching movies.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anything else for the Kingsman?
There are times I felt Matthew Vaughn's directorial skills was challenged by how fast this movie had been clocked. Yeah, the pacing was really awful in this, and I would attribute that to the editing. Another thing was that unlike every other movie that had come out in recent times, it didn't suffer from that pandemic look, where they shoot singles
Mhm.
and in front of a green screen, because that has been like that's
Yeah.
very obvious in like Spider-Man, for example. I don't know what else that came out recently that kind of suffered that from, but that's one of the better examples because it was a
Yeah.
big budget movie. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I liked it enough to where I would watch this again, but not as like I'll pay attention to it. Maybe just play Minecraft.
Yeah, something like that. Just have a
That should be our rating.
yeah. What
Based on can you watch this while playing Minecraft? Yes.
It doesn't have its budget, but I'm assuming it's pretty up there. I really like this. I really like the setup. I liked learning about the past of the Kingsmen. It was cool. There's some moments I was like, oh, that's cool. Highlights are the fight scenes, that one like Nomad's Land whole sequence. Rasputin's character was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like you said, Ralph Fiennes, his performance was good.
Yeah, I didn't know that was him.
I love him. He's so
I
good.
love him so much.
Anyways, though, you want to get our ratings?
Yeah, let's give it a rating.
All right. So here on the Continuity Crew, we do 2 ratings. We do critical, entertainment, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Wynne, what's your critical?
5.
5. Hold on, guys.
Really straightforward.
Start a new page.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah, just kind of your middle of the road movie. I will say I'm going to give it a 6 because I enjoyed it enough. I thought there was some good stuff. Like I would have given the second one like a 4.
Yeah.
And this it's at least 2 notches above. And then what about your entertainment value?
A 5.
5. Also fair. I'm gonna give it a 6 as well.
And
So
if you want to know if you can to this movie, yes, you can.
yes, you can. I mean, you can to any movie. I challenge you to what's it fucking called? Irreversible.
Yeah, why?
No reason.
If you are looking for a movie that has a kind of, espionage type thing, there is a new movie on Netflix called Munich. That one's pretty decent. I really liked watching.
This one
that
kind of
stuff.
reminds me of Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't remember.
It's a good one. It's Guy Ritchie, Henry Cavill, and somebody else.
I think I have actually.
Pretty decent. This kind of reminds me of it. But anyways, that's a big feature film review for The Kingsman. We've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Hi, I'm King.
That's Wynne. Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. I forgot to say like, comment, and subscribe. So do that. Bye.